So here we go. I'm trying something a little different. I want to reach people, but the people I want to reach aren't the people that go to church every Sunday, aren't the people that go to church every Wednesday. They're not your common churchgoer. The people I want to reach are the people who don't have time necessarily, who have to study, who have to work, or the single moms, the single dads, all those people out there. Um, I want you to know too that you can ask me anything, and I'm gonna try to be open and honest and give you the best answer that I can give you. Um, and when I don't know, I'm going to tell you right now. My reference source, the place I go when I don't understand something, is the Bible. Okay, I don't get hung up on translation, King James, New Living, the Message, any of that. I personally use an apologetics Bible because it helps me to understand. Um, but I have friends ranging all over the religious map. I've known a few Buddhists. I got a couple of friends that claim to be atheist. I've got some people that just they don't know what they believe. They don't go to church because they've been burned in the past. Um, and as I do this series of videos, I've got some friends, got one or two people that want to come in and they want to help me with this. They've asked if they could, and I'm going to let them. Feel free to post a video response on YouTube. You're not going to hurt my feelings. You call me what you want to call me. I know who I am. Okay, I am a child of God, and I want to just convey some things just to whoever's willing to listen. Basically, um, I know this day and age, a lot of people can't put it into words. They don't know how to say it. Um, there's just this fear of being irrelevant. The only thing worse than being wrong in today's society is being irrelevant, not having a place, not knowing that this is where I'm supposed to be and this is what I'm meant to do. Um, but I'll discuss that later on in another video sometime. The What I want to relate today is I just want to let you know who I am. I'm a human being. I've made feel like every mistake a human being can make. Um, I do have a wife and children whom I love very much, and my wife has kept me grounded for many years. Anytime I think I'm going to go do something crazy or stupid or try to relive glory days past, she's right there to remind me that I'm not as young as I once was. Um, I guess one of the big things I want to share starting off is there was a time in my life where I was told I was going to hell. There was no redemption for me. Um, God could not save me, and I took that and I ran with it. Made a lot of dumb choices, a lot of stupid mistakes. Um, but it took a lot of heartache and grief and pain to understand that that's just not true. Um, and once I came to that realization and actually started talking to Christians and people who regularly attend church, I realized that was just it was a lie. You'll hear church people use words like the enemy, the deceiver, the accuser of the brethren, whatever you want to call it. It was a lie. Okay, it's a lie. No matter who tells you that you can't get into heaven because of something you've done, it's a lie. It's just a flat out lie because you can. Um, a little later on, as I grew up and as I was what people call, the church people call a baby Christian. I had another church leader tell me that I wasn't wanted in the church. I wasn't needed, and so once again I left. Which again, the further I got away from church, the more mistakes I made. Which led me. I had a job where I repaired medical equipment, and I was forced to, after repairing a sonogram machine, stick around while they performed an abortion. Um, you hear all these people on the news and stuff, and all these groups that they just act hateful about it. I want you to understand I don't judge. Me personally, I don't believe in it, but I don't judge anyone for anything. Um, but that was a turning point in my life where I realized that yeah, I was slipping down the wrong path again, and changes needed to be made. I could spend hours talking about hardships I've encountered in my marriage, as a father, as a friend. I've lost some really great friends over stupid arguments because neither side was willing to forgive. I've had arguments with church leaders, um, because I just knew I was right and they knew I was right. Well, one of us had to be wrong. Um, but learning how to resolve conflict within a body of believers, is something that's hard to do, and it's something that turns a lot of people off to church. Is that, oh well, this I went to church and this guy was a jerk to me. I can't believe he treated me that way. The thing to remember with all human beings is that they are human beings. Okay, we all make mistakes. We all fall short from time to time. There's not a person alive who can say, I have never made a mistake. I have never offended anyone, because it's just not true. We all mess up, and there are times where you offend someone and you don't even realize that you've offended them. Um, but the whole point I'm trying to make is all of this is fixed. All of life's problems can be solved with one word: love. Um, I, as I've mentioned, I do believe in God. I know Jesus Christ walked on the earth. He is my Savior. Um, But I also know that as soon as you use the words God or church or Jesus, people kind of just shut down and quit listening because of something bad that's happened in their past, or they just can't accept it. Um, so I will take a firm stance on the Christian side of things, but in the coming videos in the future, I want to make it so that you're not turned off by these words, but rather I just want you to listen. Um, as I said before, you can say what you want, you can comment what you want. Feel free to ask any questions at all. I'll be happy to answer them to the best of my biblical knowledge. If not, I've got friends far more educated than I am that would be glad to sit down and help me answer your questions. Um, as you can tell by the name I use, and the name I go by, it's kind of I used to be real big into the self-deprecation humor. Um, so now I'm trying to take the positive side of, oh, I'm just a fat hairy guy, and I've twisted it into I'm awesome, because I was made that way. You were made that way. We were all made awesome by the glorious Creator. Um, this is where I'm going to wrap it up for now. Ask me anything. I'm going to try to answer it. I love you guys. If there's anything I can do, you know where to find me.